Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Are we live? We are live. Awesome. Welcome back, everybody, to a pre-deadline stream. And as the viewers trickle in, we'll start taking some questions. We'll start discussing some teams. But in the meantime, I'll be discussing my own team and let you know where I am at. So I have activated my wildcard mainly because I was gonna lose, about, I don't know, 0.8 team value because I had Watkins. Gu actually went down before I activated the wildcard. Unlucky me. Watkins was 8.8. It's going to 8.7. Who else did I have? I had a number of players. I've changed my team so many times. I actually forgot my old team. Let's refresh our memory. Cells is going down. That's another player. Who else? Youth already went down a long time ago. To be fair, it was only Watkins and Cells and Gu, but Gu had already went down by the time I activated. But the players I wanted, they were going up, so that's the issue right there. So it would have been, it would have been problematic because Semenyo went up, Senesi already had, Raya went up, Holland went up. Who else went up? So that's like another 0.3 right there. DI, I think, was supposed to go down, maybe not go up. But yeah, around 0.5, 0.6. Plus, I really needed like a refresh. Even though I had a good game week, so I got 59 points, which is pretty good, to be honest. Way higher than average. But yeah, so I thought let's wildcard now. I wanted to wildcard in game week 13, but I didn't think I needed to wait that long because I think this wildcard, especially with 8 attackers, it can easily last till 13. By the way, this is just an example of what 13 could look like. With 5 transfers. I mean, anybody who's wildcarding right now should definitely leave 4 to 5 transfers for game week 12, 13, that sort of time. Yeah, but going back to this game week, it's a very tough wildcard. Very, very tough. I mean, there's a template going around, but I'm not necessarily trying to steer away from the template. I'm just trying to play my own game here. And my own game is telling me to definitely get Mbuemo. I mean, I don't know how he hasn't scored the last 2 games, which were, by the way, against City and Chelsea. I think he could have had at least 3 goals in these 2 games. Donnarumma made a huge save. Then Mbuemo missed a tap-in. And then he had a couple of chances against Chelsea. Yeah, I think Mbuemo's golden. I trust him. FPL Hippie from Blue Sky here. Hi, FPL Hippie. What's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Are you also wildcarding this week? It's a tough wildcard. I think I'm being drawn in by the template. I think fear is playing a huge part in my decision making, which is when that starts happening, guys, that's when you know, like, you're not really having that much fun anymore. Your GC Holland off a -12. Oh wow, -12. Did you not have a wild card or something? -12 is pretty heavy, man. But yeah, triple captain. I wish I could triple captain, but the thing is, yeah, that was my plan, by the way. If I wasn't wildcarding, I would have definitely triple captain. Home to Burnley, that's just too good to be true. Luckily, we got other opportunities, obviously, when City play the promoted sides 13 onwards. So maybe not Leeds. I think they've been good defensively. Well, actually, I say that, and they conceded 5 against Arsenal, so maybe not. But yeah, like, there's plenty of opportunities later on. But yeah, Burnley is the most tasty. So I think you're making the right decision, especially since Holland is fit, as we know from today. But yeah, going back to the wild card, somebody convinced me why I should have Semenyo and DI. Okay, not Semenyo. Semenyo, I know he's pretty good. He's becoming this talisman. But like in DI, like why am I getting in DI? I can easily get someone else. I got 1.2 mil in the bank. Thomas says, according to Solbeck, oh, the Norwegian coach, Haaland starts on the bench against Burnley. He does not start on the bench. Solbakken. Okay. Hello, Discover with Sim. How are you? Haaland starts on the bench against Burnley. Why would... Is it that bad, his injury? I mean, he trained today, no? What? And Pep didn't say anything about the injury. All good, all good. I'm just struggling a little bit with this wild card. It's very hard to shake the template. Like, you watch other content creators and people on Twitter and Reddit and whatever, and then you get this template in your head, and then you try to shake it off, and it's difficult. So right now, for example, like, I don't want Ndiaye. By the way, I didn't want João Pedro, and I managed to overcome that fear. You can see I don't have João Pedro anymore. But I also don't want DI, but everybody has him. Then you start getting scared, you know what I mean? Because if he scores, then you're like in big trouble. Or it feels that way at least. But yeah, going back to what Thomas said, he said, so the Norwegian, let me see, Solbakken, Haaland. I mean, he's pretty reputable, so if he says so, oh, it's not in the, it's not a headline. Solbakken, Haaland, bench, Burnley. Shouldn't it be like a... Yeah, I can't find any news on that, man. Maybe if you want to link the tweet or something. No, listen to the press conference. Haaland fit and starts. He was also in trading. Yeah, exactly. He's definitely starting. I don't see a way he doesn't start. Fun alternative to Ndiaye is Rodri. Yeah, no, it is a fun alternative. I think if Rodri can replicate his season from, what was it, 4 or 5 years ago? Let's double check. I think people are sleeping on Rodri just a little bit. He's gonna come good. So he's played 290 minutes in Game Week 3 and 5. DEFCON could be better. You'd expect him to get more DEFCON points. XG, I think he's still betting in. I think he still needs some time just to get back to grips with how to play with the team, especially since the team has changed a little bit. Like he's like back when he played, De Bruyne was playing all the games as well. So how does it become different without De Bruyne, and how does that affect Rodri going forward, especially since Reinders has taken that more of a attacking role, you know what I mean? But yeah, he did score a lot of points, and if we added defensive contributions that year, I think they crunched the numbers, and he got up to like 200 something. No, like not 200 something, like 190 maybe. Which is crazy. But yeah, that's he's a good option, man. West Ham's arguably one of the best fixtures. Yeah, West Ham. That's what I have my eye on. You mean for the triple captain? But would I leave it for till game week 17? Because you have to use it by 19. And then what if, like, if Haaland is fit against Leeds or Sunderland, surely you use it then. What if, you know, he gets a small injury or something happens and then you don't have him for West Ham? Then you maybe have to, I don't know, triple captain Isak against Wolves at that point. I'm gonna try not to leave it late, but it sounds like I have to wait till at least game week 13. I don't see any clear option before then. See, DI inform Everton on Penn's 90 minutes gets regular. I know. Listen, you don't need to convince me why I should have NDI. I want you to convince me not to have NDI, because I don't want to have him. Like, if anything, I was actually thinking of Xavi Simons. Maybe he is gonna start against Wolves, but they have like excellent fixtures. You know what I mean? Next 3: Hell, even Everton. I mean, yeah, they sit back and all that stuff, but they do concede a lot of chances. Let's be real. Villa, I don't trust. They should have conceded more than they have so far. If you check the stats, their XGC is higher than what they've actually conceded. Leeds, they know how to defend, but again, like if they play a super great team, like I saw what happened against Arsenal, and I was not impressed at all by their defense, even though I say that and I have one of their center backs. Let's read the chat. Captain Ahmed Abdullah, what's your opinions about Dango? Isn't he like 5.9? Like I wouldn't bother with Dango, to be fair. There's so many options, so many good options. Oh, he's 6 even. Yeah, Brentford don't look that great, man. I know he's scored a couple of goals, or I guess just the one goal. Wait, how did he get 13 points from one goal? Oh, he also got defensive contributions. Okay, good for you, Dango. But yeah, there are other good options. Like if you want a 6 million midfielder, like if you could look at Brighton, Minte. He has nice XG, nice XA. He's getting goals, assists. He has tougher fixtures, I would say. But at that price point, I'd try to push up to Sar, to the likes of Ndiaye, as we mentioned. Discover with Sim says, if you don't like going template, why not look at Minte? Oh yeah, see, luckily I just mentioned Minte. Just as soon as I read your comment. No, see, if I didn't want to go template, I would do this, maybe. Why can't I find Simmons? Did I write his name wrong? Or is he just called Xavi? Yeah, Xavi. He's gone up. He's 7.1. I thought it was 7. But yeah, still, at home to Wolves. But at the same time, Di is at home to West Ham. Is he the better option? He's the better option going forward, I guess, because if we go here to the fixtures, I like Xavi's fixture, next 3 or next 4, whereas Crystal Palace for Ndiaye, not too exciting. Away to City, not too exciting. Home to Spurs, not exciting. Spurs have been pretty good defensively. They're not the Spurs of last year. I don't know. I think this is the one position that I'm struggling with. And maybe Mateta a little bit, but Mateta I could keep on the bench, worst case scenario. No one's going too much value. Only 10% have Ndiaye. The ones people have most are Bruno, Semenyo, Reinders. Yeah, well, luckily I have all 3. So they're the ones everyone has. Well, and João Pedro. That's what everybody has. And I just maybe it's just a psychological thing. I just don't like João Pedro. I don't know what it is. Not as a person, of course, but like as an option. And it pissed me off the way he got his goals. He's scored only 2 goals, by the way, and both of them from set pieces, from a corner kick. Was he like known to be that good in the air, or did he just get lucky, or what's going on with Pedro? Because I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't like João Pedro. That's why I'm insisting on Mateta. He's a striker. He's gonna play most, if not all the minutes. He's on pens for sure. If João Pedro was guaranteed to be on penalties, well, yeah, then template or not, I can't ignore him. Like, okay, then you have to just give up and, follow the template, if you will. Supa says, hold Gakpo and Salah for this week. Already have Haaland. Well, Supa, I need to see the rest of your team to help you out. If you want to drop your team ID, maybe we can have a look. Maybe all of us can start, giving you some advice. But it's hard to tell you, bro. But away to Crystal Palace, like we saw what they did, the way they played in the Community Shield, and it wasn't such a nice game for Liverpool at all. And yeah, I think Palace, these first 5 games they've played excellently, I would say. So if we just look here, yeah, away to Chelsea, their XGC, well, 1.6. They did concede a few chances. But yeah, they've won 2, drawn 3, and they've maintained like a kind of a low XGC. So they're not conceding much. They're a very, very tight unit. So But I mean, if it's for one more week, yeah, why not? But the reason I'd say move on from one of Gakpo or Salah at least is because even next week they're away to Chelsea. And of course, Chelsea aren't the best defensive side in the world, but 2 away games in a row against 2 very good sides. Like look at Foden, for example, Burnley and Brentford. These are like the 2 easiest games the entire year. So maybe you can move Gakpo to Foden. I'm also thinking about Foden, but the thing is, his minutes are pretty shaky, even though Pep has spoken very nicely about him. And he's 8.1. When did he rise in price? Oh, just this week? Okay, cool. Okay. Let's go back to the chat. Yes, Minty more attractive. Yep. DI to Enzo, he will be on pens and lots might pivot to him next week as Palmer out until after the next transfer break. Again, Enzo doesn't really excite me. I know he has penalties, but then if he doesn't get a penalty, is he gonna score? Like, is he better than the options right now? Like, he's not gonna be better than DI, and DI also has penalties, and DI has Grealish. If anything, I'm convincing myself right now to keep in DI because Grealish has been insane. Guys, if you watch Everton recently, not last year, like this year, and you look at NDI and Grealish, he's a beast. The amount of dangerous crosses, usually when you think of a winger, like your average winger, like Doku, for example, he dribbles past a few players, he crosses it, it barely ever beats the first man, barely ever, and if it does, it barely ever reaches the target because he just whiffs it, or like, you know, just whips it like in random directions. Grealish is insane. He's insane when he's crossing the ball or whipping it, like whipping low crosses. Every single ball is dangerous. I don't know if you guys watched them against Liverpool or the other games. The guy is crazy good. I almost forgot how good he was because he hasn't been playing for City. Discover. So Sim says, yeah, João Pedro has largely outscored his XG. Pretty lucky, arguably, because Palmer is out. Yeah, exactly. Palace unbeaten in 16. Yep, that's what I'm saying. Palace are no, pushovers. Not saying Liverpool won't score tomorrow. They could, of course, they could score. They're a crazy good team, but it is one of the hardest fixtures for them, I would say, or harder fixtures. Thomas says Doku or Reinders for a free hit team. Just go Reinders. Let me see Doku. Shaky minutes. I don't like his minutes. Of course, he could start and do well, but like, can you guarantee he starts? I mean, you can't guarantee anybody starts, but like, is it more likely? I guess I don't know. Why would you be biting your nails waiting for the team sheet? Just if you want to just go for Foden. If you're on a free hit, just go for Foden. Foden has stuff to prove. Pep spoke very highly of him today. That doesn't mean Foden's always gonna start, but it'll be crazy if he doesn't start tomorrow, based on what Pep said. So yeah, Reinders and Foden, or if you only can spend, how much is Doku anyways? Like 6 or something. So just go for Reinders. I would say he's playing in that 10 role, and he's pretty good. Sim says Dango Otara has had shaky minutes. True, he's not started. I don't think last game didn't get like 20 minutes. I think so. Dango more dangerous than all targets. Neither his minutes. Alright, you guys are discussing Dango quite a lot. Sim says, yeah, last week his dink to the back post, Grealish is insane. Yeah, exactly. Grealish is absolutely insane. Like, what's his XGA? Or XA, sorry. Yeah, that's pretty nuts. Like 0.7, 0.6, 0.3. Okay, it was a little bit low against Liverpool away, but that's Liverpool away, you know what I mean? By the way, these numbers are not easy to get. These XA. XG sometimes it stacks up a little bit because you take a few shots or you get a penalty. A penalty is like 0.79 or 0.8. But when it comes to XA, trust me, if Grealish wasn't an Everton player, there's not a chance in hell I'll choose NDI. The only thing keeping me right now, like from moving DI on, is Grealish, and the fact that they play West Ham. Because West Ham can't defend it to save their lives. Sim says he's now competing with Savinho, who scored on the left in the cup. Pep is okay, Sim obviously knows his stuff. Maybe you should be streaming right now. Yeah. So Sim, basically what Sim's saying is correct. He is competing with Savinho, and Pep is annoying with rotation. And he also says, if you watch Liverpool 2, Grealish always gifted the ball, as everyone on the team knows how good he is. Exactly. Why not just pass the ball to the player that you know will be able to dribble past other players or wingers or whatever, and then you know he's going to create a chance. Of course, he's no Messi, but it does remind me of how, if you watch Barcelona, I'm not sure how old you guys are, but if you watch Barcelona or Argentina during the World Cup, literally all they do is just pass the ball to Messi, and then doesn't matter. They trust him that much. And similarly, Grealish is like that mini Messi with Everton. Sim says, I watch a lot of footy. I'm a mod for a big streamer on FPL, but I love it so much. Watching Pedri, though, at Barcelona is pure joy. Yeah, exactly. So Pedri's kind of picked up that role. Like, everybody trusts Pedri in Barcelona. Just because he's so good at receiving the ball, turning around, and passing it forward. Exactly. You're a mod for a big streamer. Which one is it? I'm friends with FPL Focal, by the way. We played a football tournament together last year, and we won. So I think was not Planet FPL. Who made the tournament? FPL Juice, I think. Yeah, they made the tournament, and had everybody. It had FPL Black Box, FPL Planet FPL Focal, and a few other content creators. Oh, FPL Raptor. Yeah, I love Raptor. I actually watched this video today. Because he's also wildcarding. So I watched him and Harry, but dude, like, they almost have the same exact team. I'm not saying, of course they're not copying each other. Some dumb people are saying, oh, they're copying. No, of course they're not copying each other. They're both pros at this game. But and you know, like, great minds think alike, I guess. But yeah, I almost had the same team as them, because when you look at the numbers, like, the team picks itself. Like, you can't ignore the players. Now, me personally, just because I hate João Pedro's style as a football player, again, not as a person, but I think he's gotten lucky and I don't trust him going forward. I might be wrong. Tomorrow he might bang a hat-trick against Brighton, his old team. But personally, I'd rather Mateta or someone else. I wish we had more options though, because Mateta has a rough ride the next 4 game weeks. I watch him, Harry, and sometimes Andy. Yeah, I flip between Andy. I mean, this week I watched the ones on Wildcard, so Andy wasn't on a Wildcard, so I didn't watch him that much. It was mainly Harry and FPL Raptor, and who else? Is Pras on a Wildcard? No, but I watched him a little bit this week because he did touch on the Wildcard possibilities. And he doesn't have João Pedro, and I like the fact that he doesn't have João Pedro, because now I feel more comfortable. Because if João Pedro scores, I'll just watch Press getting annoyed at him, and we'll both be in the same ship. Basically, we'll both be having a bad week. Yeah, but I don't understand why why more people aren't wildcarding, especially the people that still have Watkins and some people have Wirtz. Like, those are 2 sinking ships. Like, what's going on? Let me see. FPL price changes. Why is it zoomed out? Oh, there we go. Grealish going up, of course. Gabriel. I had Gabriel, but there's no sign he's gonna get a lot of defensive contributions, so I just didn't bother. He might get them tomorrow, by the way. Newcastle away is when he might get them. But, like, going forward, I had Van de Ven, moved him on. Yeah. Haaland's gonna go up again. Wow. Isak's back at 10.5 and going up again without having played a game. Okay. Alright, cool. Gyökeres, Calafiori, Stark. Yeah, the usual. Let's see who's going down. Watkins again. Oh yeah, I had Selza, by the way. Selza's going down. Luckily, I moved him on. So Watkins, yeah, a lot of popular picks in game week 1. Watkins, Milinkovic, Nico Williams. Guys, how disappointing were or like Nottingham Forest. How disappointing! And I was even thinking about doubling up, like a Milinkovic sells type of thing. Thank God I didn't. Sanchez is going down. People are upset that he got the red card. Correa. I guess maybe some people are like, okay, we're done with fullbacks. Let me just bank that 0.1. Sim says, yeah, so Bruno and Di, Semenyo, Reinders, I feel are common, but just so good. Yeah, that's it. Like that, like people keep saying template. Like, okay, who are you gonna pick instead of? Forget Buemo for a second. There's no way I'm changing Buemo, by the way. But like Semenyo and Di, Reinders, and Fernandez, like give me better options, and then maybe I'll switch over. Yeah, early wildcard is more than just protecting the next game, it's protecting a huge potential of price changes. Yeah, it wasn't like this, by the way, the years before. We didn't have this many freaking price ups, price downs, and all that stuff. This year, I can never, like, I don't remember a year where I lost 0.4 in value every week almost, or like every other week. Sim says, Mania and Oran had Williams and you had Williams and Sells, but hey, listen, Williams scored last week. At least he got something. Sells got did he get 3 points? I think he got 3 points, and that's about it. All the other weeks he's at 2 or 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 3. Ah, if only I picked Pope or somebody. Look at Pope's numbers. Absolutely, like basically 0 blanks. Like, this is not a blank. He gets 6 saves. He must have. How else did he? Yeah, 7. Wait, 1 save? Wait, I'm confused. How did he get 4 points? He got an assist. Okay, there you go. He got an assist. See, we should have gone for the goalkeeper that gets assists. I was wondering, wait, how did Pope get 4 points? Like, how many saves did he make? He conceded 2 goals, or 3, I think. FPL Podcast, easy Hassan. Hey, how's it going? FPL Podcast. For me, my friend, how are you? Please, I'm worried for my activated free hit ID. Sure, man, sure. Let's look at your team. Let's help you out. I haven't looked at a single free hit team this week because I was too busy. I still am a little bit busy with the wild card. But yeah, let's look at your team. I did promise I'm gonna be looking at everybody's teams if they send their IDs. Oh shit! But you're gonna have to tell me what your team looks like, or you want me to make one for you? Because that's gonna be a little bit tough. Would it be tough actually? No, I don't think so. So very straightforward. Let's start with the obvious ones: Tarkovsky, Holland. Let's press the free hit button. So goalkeeper, Donnarumma. I'm gonna go for Donnarumma just for now. Maybe we'll go 3 attackers, but let's just keep Donnarumma for now. Salah away to Crystal Palace. You can avoid him this week, I guess. Let's just pick Semenyo. Oh, I already have Semenyo in the team. That's why I can't pick him. So who are you missing? Who's the obvious choice? I mean, DI just this week, I would say. Home to West Ham. Everybody's fit. Grealish is fit, most importantly. Get this guy out of the team, please. Get this. Let's move Rodgers. Move Rodgers and get... Guys, who do you think we should get on a free hit? Listen, man, I'm gonna be biased over here, so you're gonna be like, wait, isn't this like exactly your team? Yeah, maybe it is. It is exactly my team. Maybe, okay, I wouldn't go for Mateta, to be fair. As much as I hate Pedro, he's playing at home to Brighton, so maybe Pedro. But like, man, this is looking very close to the actual what's it called? Like the wild cards. Like think about it. You might as well just wild card if you still have it. But yeah, this is hilarious. Senesi. Maybe I'm the wrong person to ask about free hits. I'm literally picking my team right now. Mine is João Pedro. And who else? Like, I'll finish it though. I'll finish it. Don't worry. Like, I really want to get Forrest, but I don't trust him. So let's just get Romero. Actually, because I don't like João Pedro, let me stick to my guns. Let's go Richarlison. And then instead of Senesi, let's say they concede a goal or whatever. Van de Ven. There you go. But I do prefer Senesi, to be fair. But this looks like a nice free hit team, my friend. Right? You got triple City, 2 United, because I like United. You can choose someone else. I mean, it's up to you. Semenyo and Diaye to cover the hype. Maybe it's overkill, I guess, to Spurs defenders. But yeah, guys, that's the free hit. If I was forced to free hit, maybe it'll be like something like this. But let me just catch up with the chat. Samson says, Foden, what we saying? Listen, man, I'm a huge fan. Actually, you know what? Hold up. This would be the free hit team. Pickford. Why am I thinking so much? Just pick Pickford. Who cares? Maybe this would be the free hit team. Let's go all in on City. Assume the worst or the best, I guess in this case. Assume they'll destroy Burnley 5-0. Foden brace, Holland hat-trick, Reinders 5 assists. I don't know. Go crazy, man. But yeah, no, what we said about Foden, I like Foden. The thing is, can you guarantee he's going to play all the minutes going forward? At 8.1, I expect nailedness. And he hasn't been nailed. And you got Shirky coming back. You got Marmoush coming back. Like, let's look at City's players real quick. Like, because these players have to play. And there's Champions League. And then there's an international break. So Marmoush, when is this guy back? 18th October? Okay, no, not for a while, I guess. So maybe Foden is a... I mean, he's not a bad shout for the next 3 weeks, right? Who did he come off for against Arsenal? Wait, what? So if Shirky and Marmoush are out, so who replaced him against Arsenal? And why would... maybe he wanted to keep... Because they were winning 1-0, so maybe I understand why he took him out. It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. Let me just catch up with the chat. Yeah, so Sim, yeah, he's talking to For Me, our friend who wanted us to check his free hit team. This is a free hit team, by the way, guys. This is not my wild card. And yeah, he said take all the Villa out. Obviously, yeah. Kudus, I mean, I'd go for Simmons. Kudus is more the assist guy. Simmons is gonna be more the talisman. DM McDonald says, I'm using my free hit this weekend. Vicario, Porro, Keane, Gvardiol. Wait, you're getting Keane? Why not just get Tarkovsky? You might as well, right? If it's not a free hit, at least. Salah. I mean, I still trust Salah personally, by the way. I don't see that as a bad option. Simmons, Enzo, Reinders and Diaye, Haaland, João Pedro. Thoughts? Are Brighton that bad that you would consider Enzo and João Pedro and then maybe not consider any United players? I know, guys, United have been like the joke this season with everything that's happened, especially against Grimsby, but like they have the second or third highest XG. So just because they're bad in general and their defense is bad, I guess, doesn't mean you should ignore them completely. Again, I am biased. I'm a huge United supporter. I've had 2 United players the entire season almost. I will continue to have at least one the entire season. Just by the way, not because I'm being stubborn. They're good. Like, again, Wayne should have had like 3 goals the past 2 weeks. Let's be honest with each other. Like, if we look at his what's it called? XG. Don't worry about the 0.09. He was in the right spots, and Ahmad should have passed the ball better. But trust me, he was golden. Especially against City. Like, why is this not higher? I swear he had like a tap in from like 1 yard away. Whatever. I guess they didn't give him that big of a XG. But yeah, guys, go for United players. At least one of them. The FPL Pupcast. If you're up for coming on the Pupcast, may get in touch. Yeah, bro, absolutely. Yeah, I haven't been invited to any other podcasts. I don't mind. That'll be my debut. Yeah, man. I'll check you guys out. Do you have Twitter or something? How about you contact me on Twitter? I think I have it. Do I have it on the background? Let me check. Let me check OBS. Yeah, I do. Yeah. So that's my Twitter. Yeah, okay. Let's get in touch. William says, thoughts on Foden, then transfer to Saka after a game week or two. Thoughts on Foden, then transfer to Saka after... Bro, that's exactly... almost exactly what I'm thinking. Because I just checked. Marmoush and Shirky, they're both out, right? They're the main players that could be like annoying for Foden, I would say. Otherwise, Foden should have that spot for himself. Maybe not 100%, because there's still Bob and Bernardo and a couple of other players, but he should have that spot, technically speaking. So I'm thinking, okay, for the next 3 game weeks, City have Burnley, Brentford, and Everton. That's like a gold mine for any player, let alone Foden if he's starting. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking about following what you just said. At the in my team, it'll be at the expense of. So let me go back to my team actually. Let's back to the team plan. Yeah, guys, look, I had a triple United draft. But this is the current one. Don't worry, I'm not that crazy. What were we saying? Oh yeah, Foden. So if I were to get Foden, which I swear I was thinking about him, but I'm just a little bit scared because Semenyo's scary not to have Semenyo. Worst case, I'll just downgrade Mateta, upgrade DI to Semenyo or something. But anyways, yeah, Foden. So Foden for 3 weeks, Burnley, Brentford, Everton. Absolutely beautiful. At that point, you Shirky and Marmoush are back, right? So what's that? 1, 2, yeah. So game week 8 is when they're back, roughly. So plus I'm planning to free hit apparently in game week 8. I don't even need to free hit. Why am I free? Maybe because okay, Liverpool away, whatever. And then game week 9. So what did you say? You said thoughts on Foden, then transfer to Saka after a game week or 2. I mean, Saka doesn't become good again until game week 10, because I wouldn't underestimate Fulham away. So if it was Fulham at home, maybe. And yeah, guys, they are a little bit important, like the home and away advantage. I think it does play a little bit of a part. But yeah, Crystal Palace aren't pushovers, as I keep saying and reminding everybody. Now watch them lose tomorrow against Liverpool. Like this Liverpool team is just so, what's the word? Not necessarily lucky, but they're definitely fortunate. You know what I mean? But yeah, like Saka, you'd be getting him for 10 and 11. Yeah, I mean I see it, but then I don't know. I'd get somebody else, is what I'm saying. Okay, let's catch up again. Never had this many viewers at the same time, guys, so that's why I need to. Maybe I'm a little bit slow reading. Thoughts? Oh yeah, Newcastle have a good defense so far, to be honest, but I have Arsenal, so maybe not on free hit. So Newcastle, I did a long, thorough study. Let's call it a study to make me sound sophisticated. They haven't played a good team yet, man. Okay, no. They have played Liverpool and Bournemouth. Aston Villa were awful, and they had a red card. I think Konsa got a red card in the, was it the 60th minute, 40th minute, something like that. I can't remember. So yeah, that was a clean sheet waiting to happen. All right, so that doesn't count. Liverpool at home, they had the red card, but then they had to not only sit back, they had to literally park the bus and then stop playing football. And then they scored 2 goals from long balls and set pieces, which I was happy about. And then I was less happy that they conceded again in the 90th minute. Then Leeds, they're terrible going forward. and they still managed 0.7, which is good. Don't get me wrong. Wolves are terrible, and they're playing without a striker. Strand Larson was injured, I guess. Bournemouth. I mean, this is good. This is where I'm like, okay, you know what? Newcastle can hold their own, but they did sit back quite a lot. Like, are they going to keep doing this all the time, especially with like Champions League and stuff? I don't know, man. And something annoys me about Ramsdale. Just Ramsdale lurking in the back, just waiting for like Pope, you know, to get injured or something. That's why I was hesitating. I'm like, let me just go with Raya. And Arsenal, for some reason, for the first time ever, they have what's it called? They have good depth for the first time. Sim said, oh, Medic Ant. Hi, Medic Ant. Free hit Foden, Richie, Xavi Simons. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Foden, Richarlison, Xavi Simons. Yeah, I'd go double Spurs against Wolves at home. Absolutely. I think you should take a punt on Dan Burn. Sorry, guys. I have Donnarumma, Gabriel, Timber, Senesi, Truffert. Oh, two Bournemouth at the back. I have Simmons in my team. Can I send you a pic on Twitter? Yeah, go for it, man. Let me open up Twitter, but not for you guys to see because there's a lot of politics on there. It's out of my hand because the whole, you know, politics is everywhere nowadays. Notifications. Wait, I don't use Twitter that much, by the way. Like I just catch the news and stuff. But yeah, I'm looking at my messages, so do send it over if you want. Let me. UFPLHS on Twitter. No, man, I have my Twitter handle on my up here. Is it here? I don't know. Yeah, there. Oh, my finger's cut off, but you can see it's up there. Reach out if you want, Hassan. I get a lot of guests on. You talk good FPL. Good luck for this game week, everyone. At FPL Podcast. Yeah, man. Sure. I'll be in touch, man. Good luck this game week. Absolutely, man. Maybe if you're London based, we could meet up in real life even. I don't know. I don't know what your ad is. Oh, my bad. Oh, okay. So you just noticed it's like that big logo at the top. It's my only logo. Sadiq Rahman says, hi, I have triple captained Haaland. Excellent. And I bought in Gravenberg, but I sold Bruno and Gyökeres, taking my... Why would you sell Bruno? What did he do to you? What did Bruno ever do to you, man? What's wrong with Bruno? He's getting you points, 10 points, 10. Okay, maybe you're upset with him at the penalty miss and stuff, but who else did you remove? And Gyökeres? If anything, now is the time to get Gyökeres. Maybe not now, maybe not like away to Newcastle, but after that, home to West Ham. But I guess if you wanted to get Haaland, I don't blame you. Like, so you bought Gravenberg, and how much is Gravenberg, by the way? Is he in the 6s or in the 5s? 5.6. Okay. I mean, they have tough fixtures. I would have gotten Enzo maybe, because he's on penalties as well. If you really wanted to get like a cheap player, or NDI, I guess, or. But I guess you had to get 5.5. So Caicedo was even a better choice in my opinion. But yeah, man, I wouldn't have removed Bruno personally. That's all I'm saying. W9 is a bit wild. Is it a bit wild? Fernandes has been getting the points. Buemo's been looking amazing. Just because he missed a tap-in doesn't mean we give up on them, guys. They'll come good. Again, they have the second or third highest XG in the league. The league that includes City, Arsenal, Liverpool, and all these teams. And they've had a rough start. They've had to play, look guys, they've had to play Arsenal, City, and Chelsea, and they still have the second high, by the way, and away to Fulham. Don't underestimate away to Fulham. So 4 super teams, okay, 3 super teams and 1 very good team at home, at their home, that is, and they managed and they're still managing the second or third highest XG in the league. So there's something going on that I think you'll see the next couple of weeks. All of you guys will be on either Cunha or Mbuemo or something. Hopefully, maybe. Sim says, I posted to you as I didn't know how to DM. That's fine, man. Let me check. How does this Twitter stuff work? Profile. So where would I see it? I'm so terrible at Twitter. Are you sure you posted to me? Let me find you actually. Let me just find you. I'll find you. Don't worry. What's your ad? Did you send your ad already? I think you did. Just send it again. I'll add you. I'll add you. FPL Podcast. I followed you, mate. I've got 1.5k subscribers trying to get BCC on. You're impressive, mate. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. I'll try to catch your stuff as well to watch it. I haven't. I can't lie. I haven't seen your stuff. But I'll definitely watch. 1.5 subscribers is definitely impressive. That's like 7 times what I have. Yeah, but I'm really loving the FPL community, guys. Everybody's been super nice, as you can see, and everybody's super supportive. Like you would never see one content creator putting another content creator, whether big or small. They'd never be putting them down, and that's what I love about this community. So shout out to FPL Podcast, guys. Check them out. Jamie Mixtravic says, thoughts on Kudus? I have him over Mbuemo compared to your team. Enables Gabriel for me essentially over your Richards. Yeah. So my team is a little bit of a... I'm not going to call it weird. I almost called it weird. But like, I have different beliefs basically, which might bite me in the butt. Because I'm thinking like Gabriel 6.1. I have Arsenal CS coverage in Raya. And then if Gabriel doesn't get these bullet headers... I don't see him getting defensive contributions. Maybe this week he might get them against Newcastle, but like going forward with the easy fixtures, I don't see him getting them that much. And for 6 million, I think I can get him for lower. But anyways, what was your question? Sorry. Thoughts on Kudus? I quite like Kudus. I think people were saying that he wasn't nailed and stuff the first few weeks, but as the season's gone, I think that's out of the question. He's definitely nailed. Thomas Frank absolutely loves him. He's playing absolutely amazingly. And he's 6.6. He's cheap. Yeah, man, like go for it. And you said you have almost the same team except Mbuemo, Richards, you got Kudus. Okay, so you haven't DI. You've covered your other spots, I guess. Now it's just a matter of belief. Like, who do you believe in more? I personally believe more in Mbuemo, I guess, and Richards more than Gabriel and Kudus, but all these options are great. So yeah, plus Kudus has amazing fixtures, so I can't really talk you out of it, I guess. Wolves, Leeds, Aston Villa, who have been terrible, and then Everton, who we think is a good defense, but they're not really. They're okay, but like they're beatable even at the Goodison Park. All right. Oscar says, good evening, mate. Hope you're good. Who should I bench between Mateta, Lacroix, or Gakpo for the... Mateta, Lacroix, or Gakpo? I can see Lacroix getting 2 defensive contribution points. Mateta has penalties. He's a striker. He's going to be playing up front. And the cool thing about Mateta, he can do literally nothing. And then Sarr trips in the box and he gets a penalty. You know what I mean? So, logically speaking, Mateta over Gakpo. That's what the logic and statistics say. Now, what real life does tomorrow, that's out of my hands. But yeah, no, seriously, man. I had Gakpo, and I wildcarded him out 100%. Very easy choice. Even though he's nailed tomorrow, because Ekitike got a red card during the midweek game. Yeah, just play Mateta, I would say, personally. Always play the penalty taker, basically. Because even if they play badly, somebody else might just win that penalty and then they take it and they score. There's a lot of messages. I've never had this many viewers at the same time, so forgive me, guys, for trying to get through all of them. Late AV. By the way, guys, like the, I forgot to mention this. Like the stream if you're enjoying it. If you are finding it useful. If you're not, then you don't have to. And subscribe if you would like to see my face more often, I guess. I am planning to stream tomorrow as well for the deadline stream. I know I'm not expecting you because there's gonna be everybody streaming at the same time. But yeah, it'll be nice to see you guys more often in the chat. All right. So hi all, Foden or Xavi Simmons? Foden or Xavi Simmons? See, I can't give you an answer. See, some of these questions, guys, they're very hard to answer. Like Xavi Simmons or Foden, they both have crazy good fixtures. Spurs have improved immensely. Like if you could have both, get both. Like I don't. Foden has Burnley at home for God's sake, and then Brentford away, and then Everton at home. These are amazing fixtures. Even Villa away is not that bad. I don't know why it's in red. FPL.team, if you watch this, please fix Aston Villa. Don't put them in red, and definitely fix Nottingham Forest, because with Postecoglou, I don't see them keeping any clean sheet. They can become green, in my opinion. Like why is Leeds in green, not Nottingham Forest? You know what I mean? Leeds defense better, in my opinion. Even Sunderland. Oh yeah, sorry Sim, I forgot about you. Oh my god, I forgot about you, Sim. Let me check Twitter. Dude, I didn't get any notification. I don't know what to tell you. Let me see. I can't find you. Just, oh man, I feel bad now. Oh, I discovered with Sim. Oh, okay. You sent your tag. Okay, let me find you on Twitter so we can see your team. Go to add discover. Follow back. Oh, there we go. Now you can DM me. I'll say hi, actually. Hello. Okay, I'm gonna read other chat in the meantime. Rate this. Gyökeres, Haaland, Richarlison, Buemo, Semenyo, Salah, Houtara, Cash, Keane, Truffert. Why Truffert, not Senesi? Please forget that all of this like template talk, whatever. Like seriously, Senesi is just a better option, man. Like with the defensive contributions. Is Truffert as well? Actually, maybe I'm being hard on Truffert. No, I'm not. Yeah, he's not gonna get any defensive contributions. Just get Senesi, man. But yeah, so the rest of the team looks amazing. Cash. Is this a free hit? If it's a free hit, don't get Keane. Just get Tarkovsky. And Cash. Wait, who did Villa have? Home to Fulham, right? Wait, well, why did I forget? Yeah, home to Fulham. I mean, it's a good team if that's your current team, but if it's a free hit, I would advise changing. Stian Nishim says, I found a defensive rotation with no bad fixtures all the way to game week 19. And what is it? Share with us. Maybe maybe they'll convince me to make a couple of changes. By the way, guys, for the guys who are just joining right now, this is my wildcard team so far. And yes, it does have Mateta on the bench for now. I'll think about it more and more until tomorrow. And just before I keep reading the chat, I just need to tell you guys. So this is the wildcard team, and I might be going for Foden instead of somebody. I'm not sure who. It's between Di and Semenyo. I'm not gonna lie. More Semenyo, as crazy as that sounds. But as it stands, if I get hit by a bus, this will be my team tomorrow. Yeah, let's go back to the chat. Richa or Pedro? Richarlison. That's my opinion. Adham. Sim, Mateta. I don't know what that's referring to. Kimpan says, who would you play this game week? Burn or Lacroix? I mean, it's a 50-50 choice, man. If I were you, I'd go grab a coin and then put Burn on one side, Lacroix on the other side, flip it, and whatever it lands on, pick that player. Because both are, like, one's playing Arsenal and the other's playing Liverpool. They're both very good defensively, both teams, and both players get defensive contributions. Honestly, it's a coin toss. Sadiq Rahman says, my current team is Salah, Reinders, Kudus, Watemade, Holland, Pedro, Calafiori, Van de Ven, Sinesi, Vicario. Oh, I thought there's going to be a question. Dubravka. I mean, it's a good team. Is that a wildcard team? Oh, you've gone for Salah and Holland. Yeah, man, I wanted to do that. My first instincts were like, oh, I just have both, but it seems almost impossible. If I wanted Fernandez and Gyökeres, there's zero chance I can have Salah. But it's a good team. If Salah does well, you're golden. Oh my god, there's a lot of chat. I know I can't decide either, but I want Kudus too. I know it's so hard, right? It's very difficult. Like, I want Foden right now. I don't want to get rid of Semenyo necessarily, but I have to maybe. And Waymo, there's not a chance in hell I'm getting rid of him. I just have a gut feeling that he's gonna do well. Sim said, oh yeah, Sim. Okay. I've promised you like a million times. I'm really sorry, man. All right, I got your team. Let's do. Does this work? Are we seeing your team now? Yeah, we are. This is Sim's team, everybody. That's your wildcard team, right? I forgot if that was your wildcard team, or you just transferred. I'll read some chat, but by the time you answer. So Brody says, if you had to drop one United mid, which one are you picking? Brody, please don't ask me such difficult questions. This stream is all about the easy, straightforward questions, and you just ask the most difficult one, which is who would you drop? My favorite player in my favorite team, or my second favorite player in my favorite team? And FPL wise, they're both monsters. Yes, Mbeumo has lost penalties from last year, but guys, the eye test. If you've watched the guy, actually screw the eye test. The XG numbers, XGI, whatever, crazy numbers. But I guess I have to answer your question, right? So if I had to drop one of them, just because Fernandez is 1 mil extra, I'll drop Fernandez. But you've put me in a tough spot, man. Like I don't want to drop either. But yeah, going back to Sim's team, he says that's not his wildcard team and that he wildcarded last week. Timber, Gabriel, Senesi, Simon. That's like this could very easily have been a wildcard this week. So good job for picking a very good team, I'd say. And he got Anthony as cover. That's excellent. I guess you're planning to bench boost in game week 8 or something. And triple captain Holland. Yeah, man, this is a perfect team. What were your transfers, by the way? Just out of curiosity. Let's try to read other messages. There's no way I can keep up. I don't know how the big content creators, how they manage to do this, guys. There's no way, but I'll try. Andrew says wildcard so far: Raya, Dubravka, Saliba, Burn, Gvardiol, Anderson. Oh, Anderson, yeah, already. That's almost like mine. No, except Saliba, Burn, and Gvardiol. I love the Burn pick, by the way, and the Saliba pick because it's a little bit differential. Because everybody keeps saying like, what's his name? Gabriel is the guy that you need, you know, for those headers. But why is Saliba being overlooked? I mean, has he not scored headers? I swear I remember him scoring a few. Not this year, I mean, like, okay, he always gets, you know, 2, steady Eddie. But, like, I'm not gonna lie, when I watch Arsenal, and when I watch their set pieces, Gabriel does look more dangerous, and I can literally count, like, 5 or 6 times where he's hit the post. I'm just saying, like, I'm not tempting you or anything. But yeah, let me finish the rest of your team. Bruno, Ndiaye, Caicedo, Reinders, Semenyo. Yep, I love it. Pedro, Holland, Gyökeres. 0 in the bank, good to go. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I don't see you making a transfer in the next 3 game weeks, which is what you need to do. Because, guys, whoever's wildcarding this week, make sure by the time you get to game week 13, you have like 4 transfers. That's what you should be thinking about. This game week right here is when Liverpool and City have an insane fixture swing. Insane. Look, West Ham, Sunderland, Leeds in a row for Liverpool. and then Wolves and Leeds again in 18-19. So in the 7 game weeks, they play West Ham, Sunderland, Leeds, Wolves, Leeds. City, they play Leeds, Sunderland, West Ham at home, all 3 games at home, and Sunderland away again in 19. And Nottingham Forest, which is now in my eyes a green fixture because Postecoglou plays in a very weird all out attack way. So what was I saying? Yeah, so if you're wildcarding, make sure you have around 4 transfers saved. So try to make sure your wildcard doesn't require you to make a lot of transfers the next couple of game weeks. So for example, here is, wait, where's my team? Is that my team? Yeah. So let's say I go with this team. Let's say I do Semenyo to Foden, and my team is pretty good until game week like 9, and I still have 3 transfers. So by the time I get to game week 13, I'll have 5. That's if everything goes perfectly. Of course, that's never gonna happen. Oh my god. Kobe White fan club. Attack of Fernandes, Semenyo, Reinders, Saka, Gyökeres, Haaland for my wildcard with a dead spot on the bench because I have already used my wildcard. You mean you've already used your bench boost, right? If you've already used your bench boost, then dead spot all the way, because I wish I had used my bench boost so far, because I promise you, you'd have seen Gu right on that 3rd bench spot, and I would have saved the money. But yeah, absolutely, man. I like the Saka pick. I actually love the Saka pick. And people say, oh, but Saka without penalties. Well, why not look at the numbers, guys? Let's look at the numbers. Is Saka bad without penalties? Or is he good regardless of penalties? So these are the seasons. This is Arsenal. This is Saka, basically. For example, last year he only played 19 games, or 90 minutes, I guess, because he was injured. He only had 1 penalty kick, and he managed 6 goals and 10 assists, which is pretty good. Because guys, assists are points too. People keep saying, "Oh, but what about the goals? What about the assists? Those are 3 points. This is 30 points right there he got." But let's look at his full seasons. Okay, he's gotten 10 goals, 12 goals, 6 assists. Sorry. So 10 goals and 9 assists without the penalties. 12 goals and 11 assists. Bro, like, these are insane numbers. And if you look at his XG, why are these selected? I don't want to select them. Non-penalty XG plus expected assists, 0.71 last year, 0.65 the year before. Guys, these are elite numbers. Like, if we look at, like, maybe Haaland is the only player that has better numbers because he's a striker. So if you look at Haaland, 0.9, 0.9, 0. But last year he had a very good season, 0.72, which is basically what Saka's getting as well. This year is 1.56 because the guy is crazy. The guy is absolutely nuts this year. But yeah, so Saka's a good choice. Is all I'm saying. How long have we been going for? 1 hour and 3 minutes. Probably go for like 10 more. Appreciate your deliberation. Yeah, my pleasure, buddy. Sim says bench boost next week. Yeah, your team was perfect bench boost, to be fair. Next week. Even though I hate Pedro, man. Every time I see Pedro, I'm like, and watch him. He's gonna score this week. He's gonna score. I bet. He's gonna score, and you guys gonna be like, this guy that we watched on stream the other day, he's so bad. He could have easily picked Pedro, but he didn't. Yeah, hopefully he doesn't score, because that'll be very, very bad, because everybody has him essentially. Sim says, I'll send you my team before a wildcard. Easier than pasting a paragraph. Yeah, it is. It's easier for me as well, because I keep having to read all these teams, which I don't mind, but like, yeah. Brody says, Triple City now, best way to achieve 5 or 6 City plus Liverpool in game week 13, I think. Bournemouth's run from 12 to 17 is promising too. Yeah, Brody, you bring up a very, very good point. So let's go back a little bit. I mean, Triple City is good if I go with Donnarumma, because technically I wouldn't have to transfer out Haaland, Reinders, or Donnarumma. So that's Triple City done. And by the time Game Week 13 rolls up, I just need to get 3 Liverpool. So yeah, I mean, in my case, I definitely won't be holding Foden until then, because I know for a fact something's gonna happen to the guy. But yeah, so by the time I get there, yeah, I'll have to bank transfers personally. And yeah, you mentioned Bournemouth's run. Yeah, I mean, I should have Semenyo here somewhere. By the way, this is just an example team. Of course, by the time we get to Game Week 13, there's 0 chance it's gonna look like this. Not because, oh, I'm gonna change my mind about some players. I bet three players of the squad, they're gonna be injured. Another 2 rotated, and like 1 of them suspended, as life, you know, has it all the time when it comes to FPL. Yasser says, do you think Salah will be essential in those fixtures? Game Week 13 onwards? Well, he's leaving to AFCON. How soon does he go to AFCON? That's the question. Some people are saying he goes to AFCON in Game Week 15, which... Game Week 15... right here. But I checked AFCON the other day, the AFCON dates. AFCON... fixtures... like, they don't start until the 21st of December. What's that, 21st of December? So, like, Game Week 17. Let's say they have to go a week earlier. So, Game Week 16. So, he could play Game Week 15. So, I think he leaves after Game Week 15, perhaps, to be with his national team. So... I mean, again, Nottingham Forest at home, great game. West Ham, Sunderland, Leeds. Yeah, he has 4 excellent games. You'd want Salah for these 4 games. But it's super, super difficult to have Salah, Haaland, and Isak at the same time. It's going to be very, very tricky, guys. Again, that's something we'll worry about when the time comes. It's just pretty far away. But if you meant, is Salah essential now? Absolutely not. I mean, the next 2 game weeks alone put me off. And then United, Brentford, Aston Villa. Those aren't bad fixtures, by the way. They're good, but I don't know. We have other options. Why pay 14.5? And then, by the way, you're paying 29 million technically, because you also have Haaland, and you can only ever captain one of them. I think that's a lot of money to invest in both of them. Let me see. Have I missed somebody? Have I missed? Savio says, rate this wildcard: Pope, Dubravka, Gabriel, Tarko, Senesi, Rodon, Alderete, Saka, Buemo, my guy, Foden, Reinders, Semenyo, Haaland, Pedro. You ruined it with the Pedro, but no. Jokes aside, wait, who are you missing? Saka, Buemo, Foden, Reinders, Semenyo. Why does this look too good to be true? Oh, Fernandez. I was like, what player is he? You know what? I love your team. Savio, if you're still here, if you're still watching, I actually love your team. It's one of the best ones I've seen, honestly. I'm not even... no cap, as the young people say. Yeah, no, this is actually cool. It's pretty cool, the team. Let's look at Arbatash. Oh, that means 14, by the way, guys. Arbatash. Hello. Sim says, lol. Batash says, Brighton at home is a very good game for attackers. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, if you go to Brighton, go to Verbruggen, XGC, yeah, they're easy to get at. When you see like XGC of 1.2 or 3, 1.3, let's say 1.3 and above, that means the team is conceding a lot of chances. Unless they conceded a penalty that game. Because, guys, a penalty is 0.8. Then you have to forgive them. But aside from a penalty, usually an XGC of 1.3 and above is very bad. And there are teams that have, like, for example, Burnley. You'd expect Burnley to be in the 2s. Not all the time, of course, but some of the time. So let's test that theory. Like, look at this. I had Cunha captain that game, guys. I had Cunha captain. He got injured in the first 30 minutes. But yeah, anyways, so United aren't the small team you think they are. But yeah, Burnley, yeah, that's why everybody's triple captaining Holland tomorrow, and I can't blame them. I wish I could. Abhishek says, better long-term Bournemouth asset, Evan Olsen or Semenyo? I mean, definitely Semenyo, because he shoots way more. He's a midfielder. He somehow gets defensive contributions, apparently, as we've learned last week. And he's on penalties when Kluivert's not playing. Definitely Semenyo, Abhishek. Definitely Semenyo, based on all of that. Kobe says, thoughts on Newcastle players like Burn and Pope? I think I already answered this one, but yeah, I think they haven't played tough attacking sides. Yeah, against Liverpool, but again, they got that early red card, so they had to sit back and literally park the bus. Bournemouth away is the only impressive one, I guess. So I wouldn't have both. I'd have one of them though. Like, I'm not against Pope or Burn. Like, they've been playing absolutely amazingly. The thing is, with Burn, there's Champions League this year for Newcastle and stuff. So maybe a lot of games. Maybe there's likely to get injured or something. I don't know. Pope, yeah, he's nailed. Has he ever played 38 games, Pope? He always has some injury. 28, 15, 30. Okay, he came close. 37. He did come close. 3-4-20. So yeah, back in 2019 is when he played 38 games. 6 seasons in a row he hasn't. And Ramsdale is lurking around the corner. I don't know. I'm just gonna pick Raya. I know he's 0.5 extra, but Arsenal are the best defense in the league. They might be the best defense in the world, guys, as well. So I don't know. Yeah, guys, if you can, just to quickly mention, if you can please like the stream if you actually have enjoyed me yapping about why Mbuemo's great and Pedro's not, then please like the stream. It really helps, you know, grow the channel and stuff. Yeah. Kobe said, oh, we already read that. Jamie says, and Palmer. And Palmer? What was your other message? And Palmer. Sim says, Kobe, great. Jamie, Palmer out until after Game Week 8. Yep, we got news today. He's out until after the international break. Nemanja says, wildcard in the mud with Nemanja double up in mid. Is it? I don't know. Let's see. A lot of people are hating on my Mbuemo pick. Listen, I love his ball. I love this bald man. I love him. He's going nowhere, guys. Mbuemo's here to stay, and I'm dying on this hill. And I promise you, he's gonna do something tomorrow. He's gonna do something. Brody says, what was the rationale on no Tarkovsky? Brody, you really ask the tough questions, you know. I like you. Yeah, that's a tough question. Why no? I had Tarkovsky right until literally a couple hours ago. How can I justify it? I need to justify why no Tarkovsky. So basically, Tarkovsky, is he better than Senesi as a pick? Let's just start there. No, he's not. So Senesi's clearly better because Senesi's cheaper and he does the same thing. And if anything, maybe Bournemouth might be a better defense if you think about it. They have had lower XGC. Anderson is also another Tarkovsky so far. And is Everton's defense better than Fulham's? I wouldn't say so, you know. I wouldn't say so. I think Fulham's defense is just as good as Everton's. Maybe Everton have a better fixture this week. Sure, West Ham at home, but so far, Senesi and Anderson, in my eyes, are as good as Tarkovsky. I'm not going to say they're better, fine, but they're as good as. But then, here's where I struggle. Is Richards better than Tarkovsky, or equal to Tarkovsky? Frankly, no, he's not. I wish I had... Okay, now you're going to say, well, you could easily get Tarkovsky. Okay, sure, yeah, I can. I know I can. But I'm saving this 1.2. Why am I saving this 1.2? Oh yeah, I was saving it for Palmer later on. But that wouldn't be enough because I need 1.4. Yeah, I was gonna figure out later. But I'm saving the extra money just because I know I'm gonna need Palmer later on, and then one of these guys has to go at that point, and then this would make my life easier. And I thought Richards can maybe, because the beautiful thing about Crystal Palace is, if Palace are playing against a very tough team like they are against Liverpool, especially at home, then they're gonna sit back, and Richards is gonna soak up those defensive contributions. I don't mind getting 3 points from Richards, or 4 points. Or 3 points if they concede 2 goals or 3 goals. Hopefully they don't concede 4 goals, because then that's the defensive contribution is gone. And against smaller teams, Crystal Palace, you know, they control the ball. So it is a little bit harder for Richards to maintain the defensive contributions against the smaller teams. But they are pretty good, and they do tend to keep clean sheets against the smaller teams. So that's my rationale. And I get to save $1 million. But it's not a final decision. But thanks for asking that question, because it's made me justify it to myself one more time. Arbatash says Mbeumo was a great pick. Thank you. He is a great pick, isn't he? Khalil says, why Mbeumo? Oh my god. Okay. Why Mbeumo? Mbeumo, he's 8 million. He's super attacking. United don't have Europe. That, guys, you underestimate no Europe. I don't know why everybody's underestimating no Europe. How many times has your player gotten injured playing in the Europa League, Champions League, Conference League, etc.? Now I don't have to worry about that. I know Mbeumo, unless he gets injured during the Premier League, of course, he's gonna be playing 90 minutes every single week. I don't have to think about the guy. Arbatash says, no Europe, no cup, as well got Grimsby. Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know, man. They got Grimsby. Everybody's shoving that in my face. Yeah. But that's a point in my favor, right? So, Mbeumo doesn't even have the EFL Cup to get injured in. And United are very attacking. As much as you guys think that they're a joke team now and all that stuff, they're pretty attacking, and their worst fixtures are behind them. Their worst fixtures are behind them, except Liverpool. Then literally the world is your oyster. Like I 100% will have a United player throughout all these weeks. 100%. I might move down from 2. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I'm stubborn, but not that stubborn. Yes, if Mbeumo suddenly looks terrible, of course I might move him on. But has he looked terrible? No, he's looked absolutely amazing. Again, he should have had 2 goals against City. Do you guys remember his half volley against Donnarumma? Donnarumma is a world-class goalkeeper. No other goalkeeper would have saved that. Maybe a couple others, sure. But his positioning is absolutely insane, and the way he jumped, he's like a freaking octopus, that guy. Not that octopus is octopus. What's the plural for octopus? I don't know. Octopi. Not that they can jump, but he's stretched his arm. You know what I mean? Or is Crowding says, would you play Mateta or KDH? Are you kidding me, bro? Really struggling to see how KDH gets points, but the game is almost too good to pass up on. Oh yeah, they have West Ham at home. Okay, sorry. But he's not playing the number 10 role. He's playing behind a little bit, right? But again, guys, don't bench, or try your hardest not to bench penalty takers. Because Crowding, think about it. If Mateta, even if Mateta has the shittiest game of his life, he's playing terribly. All it takes is Sarr to dribble somewhere in the box, trip, soft penalty, Mateta takes it, and he's on maybe 8 points, because 2 bonus points, let's say, out of nowhere. That's the thing with penalty takers. Sometimes they can disappear the whole game, and then they come up and they take the penalty, and then now they're on bonus as well, which is The good thing is that FPL, they changed the way bonus points count for penalties, which I commend, because there used to be, there wasn't a cap, but now a penalty has a cap of 12 BPS. Usually when a forward scores a goal, they get 24 BPS. By BPS, I mean, let me explain this because I think some of you might not know about what BPS is exactly. So guys, these are what decides if somebody gets a bonus point. Is this BPS system. So a striker gets 24, a midfielder gets 18, and a defender gets 12 BPS points when they score a goal. So obviously that's why when you see a striker score 1 goal and suddenly they're on 3 BPS, it's because of that reason. However, if they score a penalty, doesn't matter who scores a penalty, defender, midfielder, or forward, they get 12 BPS. So it's not as effective as before, the penalty, when it comes to getting bonus. Oh, I've talked a lot. Brody says, yeah, I think I agree with you. Fixture-wise as well, is Tarkovsky worth the extra million? I think not, at least until Branthwaite is back, where CS potential increases. I agree. Yeah, Branthwaite is also not there. Not to, you know, belittle Keane. Keane has been playing very well, but Branthwaite is on another level, in my opinion. Nemanja says, there's no way you really think Stack is better pick than Reinders right now, dude. I think he's talking to someone else, not sure who. But I agree. Of course, Reinders is better pick than Stack. So whoever you're replying to, I agree. And it's not just about XGI. Reinders plays for freaking Man City. So he plays behind Haaland, for God's sake. That's all you need. D. Kelly says, no Spurs? I like Spurs. The problem is, for 4.5, Van de Ven hasn't gotten a single defensive contribution, by the way. So why would we pick him over these 4.5s? So that's the first thing. And I don't want to pay 5.1 for Romero. And then if you meant why no Spurs, as in why no attacking assets, I might change my mind. We all might wake up tomorrow and see me having Xavi Simmons. He's the only one that actually catches my eye. Richarlison doesn't, only because I know there will be a time when he's no longer first pick, because there's Solanke and Kolomwani right on his tail. And I hate thinking about that stuff. I want nailed attackers. Yeah, and then by the way, I don't have Foden right now, so this is my team technically. But I'm testing what the team looks like with Foden. So I'm thinking of getting Foden instead of Semenyo, just because, I mean, both are super quality players, and then just Foden has way better fixtures. Burnley, Brentford, Everton, and Bournemouth have Leeds away, Fulham, which are a good defense, Crystal Palace away, whom, you know, are also a good defense. Let me just try to catch up. How do content creators that have, like, how does Andy, he has like 30,000 people watching sometimes. How does he keep up? I can barely keep up with 30 or whatever. Yeah, I guess he has experience. He knows what to do. Actually, no, he has that thing where only, not only subscribers, only, what do you call the person that are like, you know, higher than subscribers? I don't know what they are, but they're the only ones that can comment or something. I don't know. Andrew responds to 120 messages. Bro, if that's, listen, he has 30, like, how many thousand viewers? Members, that's it, Skywalker, yeah. He said it's members, exactly. So he has members. How do you become a member? Like, you have to pay or something? I'm asking you guys the questions, I don't know why. But yeah, so it's very difficult. But anyways, let me continue. By the way, guys, I've been on for like an hour and 20 minutes, so maybe I'll stay on for 10 minutes more, just because I've never had that many viewers, and you guys are, I like the fact that you guys, there's a lot of back and forth. Like, one of you guys just convinced me of getting Foden. I haven't pushed the button, but like, I'm really thinking about it, so I'm really loving this back and forth. Jamie says, why is it a problem he plays for Leeds? Yes, they create less chances, but if Stack has higher XGI, then he clearly has a greater share of team involvement. I mean, I'm not putting Stack down maybe as hard as Nemanja is doing it, but I think Stack is a good option. He gets defensive contributions. He's on set pieces. as far as I know. He has free kicks and corner kicks. He's 5 million. He's cheap. But Reinders, like, let me ask you this question. If you had to reprice these players, let's say you had to reprice Reinders and Stack, honestly speaking, what would you give Reinders? What price? And that's your answer right there. If you give Reinders a higher price, that means Reinders is the better FPL pick. Forget whether he's a better player in real life. If you're assigning a price to someone that's higher than somebody else, you're doing so on the basis that that person or that player is gonna get more points. So that should answer your question, right? Yeah, so QPR Isak says, yeah, he'd be high. Of course, Reinders would be 8 million, no doubt. No doubt. Because nobody expected him to play. So the two things that happened that they weren't expecting is these 9 zeros right here that you see. And then the fact that he's playing not only in that number 8 role, like that Gundogan played in. Is that number 6 or 8? One of those. He's playing the number 10 role. He's playing not exactly the De Bruyne role, but like he has freedom to roam. The guy's all over the pitch. He can do whatever he wants, which is crazy to me. He just joined the team and he's like one of the main attacking threats. So, and freedom to roam. Nemanja says, just think Reinders is much better pick than Stack at this moment, Hassan. I don't think Stack is a bad pick at all. Okay, yeah, no. I know. Maybe what's it called? The way I read it earlier, maybe it sounded like you were more for Reinders and way less for Stack. But yeah, I agree. Stack as an option. Like if I didn't trust in DI at all and wanted to save money, obviously I'd go for Stack. 5 million, 90 minutes, DEFCON, set pieces. Love that. Kobe says, and DI and Reinders so much better than KDH and Foden. I mean, Reinders versus Foden, I'd go for Reinders just because he's nailed for 90 minutes. Maybe not 90. I guess maybe this week he might substitute him out because he has to do that at some point. Imagine we just see 90s all year for Reinders. That's not realistic. So maybe this is the week where Reinders doesn't get 90 minutes maybe. But I would prefer Reinders just because he's 5.6 or maybe he's 5.7 now. Yeah, of course, just to save money. But I'm thinking of getting both. So doing something like this. It's between Semenyo, Foden, hell, even Xavi Simons. Because I just watched some YouTube videos, highlights of Xavi Simons, just to see how he gets his chances. No, he never gets those tap-ins, you know. If you watch the highlights with Leipzig, the guy's actually quality, you know. He sets up his own stuff, and he has a very, very nice eye for passes. So yeah, Xavi's growing on me, and they have excellent fixtures. Oh, Khalil. Who can I get for 6.7? I'm short 6.8 for Richa. So striker? Bro, there aren't that many options. That's why I have Mateta, even though Mateta has shit fixtures. Up front, there aren't many options, especially for 6. What do you say? 6.7? Yeah, because I was gonna say Voltemade maybe for the next couple of weeks. I guess Strand Larson. I guess he's back. He should be playing, and they have very good fixtures going forward. I mean, not against Spurs, but then Brighton, Sunderland, Burnley. Those are 3 nice fixtures. Let me try to think. Isidore, but he keeps getting substituted off. I'm trying to think for you, buddy. Calvert-Lewin, I guess, but he's gonna keep that, you know, that spot. I don't want to advise you something that's gonna mess up your team. That's the thing. But yeah, 6.7 isn't looking like a nice price, but maybe just Strand Larson. That's the only player I can think of, to be honest. No one at City aside from Haaland is nailed, in my opinion. Yeah, like nailed. Of course, it's just Haaland and Donnarumma. It's just these two. Arbatash is saying, I'm debating between Eze and Buemo. Okay, Arbatash, can you just convince me why Eze? Because I might be not seeing what you're seeing. I'd love to have Eze. But the thing is, Aren't you scared that he might be substituted or not start or something? Don't they have a lot of players in midfield? Oh my god, it's 11:44. Yeah, definitely need to wrap up in a second. But yeah, let's look at the. So they've got Odegaard. Well, essentially, it's just between him and Odegaard, right? Odegaard, Merino, and there's Champions League. That's the thing. There's Champions League. How do you know he's gonna play? You don't. That's the thing. That's why when people are like, I'm not gonna say attacking my Buemo, like, but they're like, you know, going after the Buemo pick, saying, "Oh, why are you picking Buemo?" They don't have Europe. I don't have to worry about this stuff. That's the thing. These constant rotations and all that stuff. Plus, he's a, you know, that's it. Like, no Europe. With Eze, like, it's gonna be tricky. What if he actually performs very well, and then Arteta's like, oh, you know what? I want to start him in Europe as well, and then he gets a little bit fatigued, and then there's an easy game for Arsenal, and Arteta might say, you know what? Let's keep Eze for the tough games, and then you have Eze playing only the tough games and Champions League. That's not a far-fetched thing to happen, you know? Jamie says, being scared of high-owned players is the fastest way to reduce your season rank. Well, yeah, exactly, Jamie. I agree. And that's why I just removed João Pedro. My gut... Sim says João Pedro is a swear word in this chat. No, it's not a swear word. Like, but like, he's the only popular pick that I don't have. Him and Tarkowski, but Tarkowski isn't that scary. Maybe he is this week, but afterwards I'm not scared. But yeah, João Pedro is because the guy got like 30 points and I had Watkins. So obviously, you know, that's why I'm ranked like 5.8 million right now or something. All because it was I swear it was a 50-50 toss between Watkins and Pedro. And nobody can say, in hindsight, you can say Watkins was a wrong choice, but can you literally, like, you look me in the eye and tell me that you thought Watkins was a bad choice game week 1? Maybe you thought he was expensive, but nobody knew Aston Villa wouldn't score in 5 games in a row. Nobody can convince me, literally. Nemanja says Semenyo is like 50% owned, same as Salah. That should tell you something. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Like I agree with Jamie. Like, you shouldn't be scared of high owned players. Like you should play your own game and stuff. And that's what I'm doing. I'm avoiding some players because I don't trust them. But at a certain point, like Semenyo, like, oh my god, if he scores 1 goal, let's say I don't have him, but right now I have him because if I press this button, it is Semenyo. But if he does something like tomorrow, is it tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow. So if he does something tomorrow, like, I don't know, I'll be watching that game behind the couch just because the number of people that have him. So it does play a part, honestly. Jamie says, I have Semenyo. I'm just saying his ownership is not a good reason to include him. You know what, Jamie? I'm 90% not going to have him tomorrow because of these 2 fixtures right here. And because I think Leeds might do a good job tomorrow. And they won't just, you know, get run over by Bournemouth. And because Man City have great fixtures. I mean, logically, is it wrong to get Foden instead? Or statistically, if you look at the numbers, it's not, right? I'm not crazy. It's not a bad move. I'm looking for some affirmation, guys. I want you to say, yeah, go for Foden, forget Semenyo. I need some I need a little push. That's all I need. Nemanja says pick him on wildcard and take differentials on other picks. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe in DI can be Foden. I just need to figure out how to get the money to do that. Nemanya's wait, favor, am I pronouncing it right? Adepupju says, what do you think, Foden or Saka? For the time, I was gonna say for the time being Foden, but just because Saka's 9.8 and he might be off, he should be off penalties based on what we've seen. So Foden, I guess. Arbatage says, I could get Saka, but then I won't have the money to move Gu to Joao Pedro and Gimmick 9 to bench boost before wildcarding in 12. Sent you my team plan on X. Oh, sorry, guys. I don't really pay attention that much to X. And I can't open it straight away because I don't want to... Because there's a lot of politics on my X. So let me open it and then share. You sent it... How do... So, guys, you send me stuff. I don't see anything. I need to fix this stupid Twitter. Why can't I see people atting me or something? Profile? Replies? God, I'm so bad at Twitter. Sorry, Arbatage. I don't know. What's your at? Maybe I can add you and then you can just send it to me, man. Like in a DM. FPL Kwanzaa. Go for Foden. There you go. Kwanzaa said it. Go for Foden, man. Nemanja says, I would go Foden, but I wouldn't I wouldn't go double Man United mid. Hassan, alright. Alright, Nemanja, alright, we'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. If Mbuemo scores, I want you to be there, okay? Next week during my live stream. And I want you to apologize in front of everybody, alright? Sim says, I think you underestimate how good defensively Newcastle were last week. Bournemouth have been attacking great. No, yeah, I gave them props. I gave them props for last week. I didn't give them props for the weeks before. I said maybe we're overestimating, but they did kind of prove me a little bit wrong in that Bournemouth game. True. M. Sarhan says, Gyökeres, Isak instead of Watkins by -4. Does it make sense or not worth it? Not worth it. Not worth it. -4, that means Gyökeres has to score, and even then you wouldn't have gained anything. And Watkins has 2 home games in a row. Arbatage says, take your time, I have to review it right now. Oh, yeah, well, I'm sorry, man. I tried. Andrea says, Foden is a no-brainer. I like Andreas already. Foden is a no-brainer. Also possible to have both. Plus, I don't understand the whole thing with Salah. The king will punish wildcards. Oh, okay, you're one of those. Bruno plus Gyökeres will be the biggest joke of this year. And that's what I love about FPL. I swear, this exactly is what I love about FPL. Is that everybody has their own convictions and they're very, passionate about them. Similarly to how I'm passionate about Mbuemo right here, for example, because something tells me in my little heart that he's gonna do great. And that's it. Guys, this is what makes FPL fun. If we all had the same opinion, there's no need to even have any discussion, right? We can just all have the same team. We're all #1, right? So I like this. You're betting on Salah. I'm betting on the United mids, and let's see what happens. Swiss says, what about Mateta to Isidore or Foster? Allows you to go to do in DI to Foden and some extra cash for defense. Foster, is he gonna keep playing and not scoring? Like, don't they have other strikers that might start getting some minutes? I don't know, Fleming, Broya. I don't want to get a player that ends up being a problem that I have to think about, because I need to what's it called? I need to bench boost later on. But you said Isidore. Isidore, he's been looking good, but if I'm gonna if I'm gonna bench boost in like a few game weeks time, what if he's not first choice anymore? Wait, sorry. Because he also has a lot of competition. Mateta has no competition. That's the beauty of him. Yeah, he has Mayenda. Mayenda, didn't he score like the first game week? Yeah, he did. And Brobby, who they bought, who didn't play. Wait, what? I don't know why. I'm not up to date with Sunderland. Amir. Hey, man. How's it going? Shul akhbar. Sim, can you tell chat Ollie Watkins gets a hat-trick this week? I'd love the rank. I don't think he gets a hat-trick. But I think he's going to be the biggest troll in the history of FPL, and he's gonna get a goal. It's written in the script already, like we know that. Abhishek once again says, Mbuemo is a good pick, but I should warn you that he has 0 goal contributions against tomorrow's opponents. Wait, what? Well, yeah, he used to play. You're silly. Yeah, he used to play for Brentford. Obviously, has no goal contributions. He almost got me there. Like wait, what do you mean? Um, Sim says, Nemanja, yeah, no brainer for me. Did you? Still have a wild card and my team value is shit. Oh yeah, Nemanja, you're doing better than I am. 1.2 million. Yeah, I wish I was still 1.2 million. Sim mainly because my team value high. So yeah, Nemanja, by the way, I wildcarded mainly due to team value. I just couldn't take it anymore. Like I was gonna lose 0.6 to 0.7 million if I didn't wildcard. So it's like my hand was kind of forced. Abataj says, I started with Mayenda gimmick 1, he lost his spot, still didn't get to sell him. Yeah, see, there you go. So people saying, well, what about Isidore? I'm like, okay, what if it happens, what if what happened to Mayenda happens to Isidore and then happens to Foster or all those other options? But I appreciate the suggestion. It's just Mateta's super nailed on penalties. If it means keeping DI and getting rid of Semenyo, I don't care. I think this game needs a little bit of balls, and that means not being afraid to go against the crowd. And if I believe that Foden is going to do better than Semenyo, then this should be my team, right? No need to overthink things. Why you choose Mateta over João Pedro? Okay, so because Mateta has penalties. He's nailed. So is João Pedro, to be fair. I'm not convinced by João Pedro, and I haven't seen him get a lot of chances. And his only 2 goals, they weren't fluky goals, but they were very fortunate from a corner kick, from 2 corner kicks. So the first one is where Cucurella kind of, what do you call it? He like, what the hell? Like, let's say, so it was a short, so it was a corner kick, near post, and then Cucurella nudges it a little bit over the center back, and then João Pedro with like a tap-in header. That's never gonna happen. Like, of course, okay, it could happen, but like that's very hard to count on every week in, week out. But then I say that, and then the next week the same thing happens. He scores another header against Fulham. But other than those 2 headers, what has he done offensively in terms of like shots taken, whatever? He hasn't looked dangerous at all. And then Enzo takes the penalty. So I'm like, I'm not convinced, man. I'm not convinced. Amir says, thoughts about Sarr. I had him before the injury, looking to get him back soon. Also thoughts on Newcastle players. So, by the way, like before this stream started, I did have like Sarr like here, but I knew if I started this stream and people saw triple Crystal Palace at home to Liverpool, everybody would have clicked away and nobody would watch this. So no, of course Sarr is in my thoughts because he has insane XGI, like insane XGI, and he's 6.4. And I'm talking last year's XGI. And if you look at this year's XGI, it's even more insane. The guy just loves to drive forward. Munoz loves to feed him. He trusts him. He gives him these long passes. So does Mateta, by the way, when he controls it in the midfield. You can see Sarr just literally running forward past the defense, looking for those one-on-ones. So yeah, I love Sarr. He will be in my team at some point. In fact, if I go here and I click a few times, yep. So apparently I get him in game week 10, according to my transfer plans. And that's because it's because he has Liverpool and Arsenal, Bournemouth and Everton. I mean, Everton again, I don't rate that highly when it comes to defense. But Liverpool, Bournemouth and Arsenal, I can wait. I can wait for game week 10. Thoughts on Newcastle players. I already covered it in the stream, but basically I like Gordon. By the way, no, we haven't mentioned Gordon, by the way. Gordon's back. And I might get him depending on how he does against Arsenal and Newcastle. And Nottingham Forest. But in terms of their defense, yeah, I think they're good. They're good choices. Burn or Pope. I wouldn't get both of them. I would get one of them. So either Pope or Burn, but I wouldn't get both. Okay, a lot of discussions. Stian says Anderson, Van Dijk, Senesi, no bad fixtures. All that. How many open play goals for Mateta? All right, Alex. All right. Listen, it's not about just the goals. It's about the chances. It's about how close he gets to the goal, and then listen. So Pedro is not even getting the opportunity. At least Mateta is getting the opportunity. If you watch his chance against Sunderland, I still don't understand how he didn't score that goal. It was like a what's it called? It was a whip ball, I think, and it was a tap in, so to speak. It wasn't a ground pass. That's why it was a little bit tricky, but it was still kind of a tap in. So he should have scored against Sunderland. And I can't remember if he had a good chance against Nottingham Forest. Against Chelsea, he had a good shot that Sanchez saved. But yeah, he's getting the chances little by little. And remember, he's playing without Eze, who got sold, and he's playing without Sarr. Sarr is a big part of the attack. And now that Sarr is back, I think he's gonna get some like more chances. And Sarr is pretty good at dribbling, he's pretty good at creating chances, and he can, you know, win penalties. Who, by the way, Mateta's gonna take. But Mateta is not a bonus collector like Zhao. Yep, no argument there. Zhao is a better bonus point magnet, I guess. Yagia says, who are you benching this week? Yeah, that's my biggest problem this week. I don't know who to bench. I mean, it says Mateta. Don't hate me, guys, but it might be this. I might be doing this. Or this. You might think it's stupid. Why do you have 8 attackers? Well, it's not. I don't think it's a bad thing, because I'll show you my plans. That'll make sense. Yeah, this week there's a benching headache, but then starting from next week, like I wouldn't play in DI against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace are a good defense. I'd rather play Mateta away to Everton, personally speaking, unless they look crazy good against West Ham. Maybe I won't be able to ignore them. Maybe then I'll do something like, I don't know. But listen, I think it's not a bad headache to have. It's a good headache to have. I can just pretend I don't have an DI. Like, what's so bad about that? Guys, pretend this says stack. Then, like, because a lot of people, like, I discussed this draft with my friend. He's like, yeah, but like, what about the benching headache? What about the benching headache? I'm like, yeah, but that's not a bad problem. Just pretend this guy doesn't exist. Is this team good? Yeah, then that's all that matters. Only these guys get the points. Similarly here. Like, what's so bad? Like, I can just pretend I don't have Gyökeres. Many other people don't have Gyökeres. And then after that, I plan to free hit this game week. Although I might not do that actually. It's just a placeholder. And yeah, then I can bench Mateta away to Arsenal. Then it becomes easier. Then it's like, okay, I know what to do. It's easier making a choice. And then here I'm gonna bench boost. Look at this lovely bench boost. So all players play. And then 11, I can bench Reinders at home to Liverpool. Or even DI at home to Fulham. And then here, what's this game? 12. I don't know what I'll do here, but I guess this is okay. Or I can just do this as well. So the headache will sort itself out later on. It's just these next 2 weeks. But I mainly have 8 attackers, guys, because I don't want to use transfers. That's one. Because I want to save as many transfers as I can for game week 13. 2, I want a really good bench boost. So that's why. Okay, guys, it's almost 2 hours, and I'm gonna read 3 more chats and then call it a day. So Sarhan says, do not forget that Nketiah is back again. Yeah, true, Nketiah is back. But Mateta's first... Oh my god, Sarhan, you're putting me off Mateta already. God damn you. God damn you, man. You know what, I wasn't thinking about Nketiah that much. But listen, even when Nketiah was fully fit, he wasn't playing. So let's be real. Okay. So it doesn't matter then Ketya's back. Plus they have the not FA Cup, sorry, EFL Cup and stuff. So he's gonna get opportunities to play. And there's that not Europa League, sorry, the Conference League. I'm not too worried about Ketya. Sim says, I gotta be up for deadline. Take care, guys. Thank you, Hassan. Love to meet you. Yeah, likewise, man. Take care, man. And good luck for tomorrow. Batash, Bournemouth at home is the best fixture in the next war, and that's good. Yeah, I'm not planning to play Mateta that much, but he's a good bench player to have if I need him. I might change my mind anyways tomorrow. So it's 12 o'clock. I need to wrap this up. Alex says Reinders feels like a big game player. Yeah, he proved it last week. Jamie says who to captain this week. Holland. FPL Chai. Hey man, how's it going? Sim says, remember Grealish can't play versus City due to his contractual clause agreement. Exactly, that's why I'm not going to play him in Game Week 8. So it makes the headache a little bit easier, as I said. Batash says full commit and pick Sesko instead of... Yeah, okay, nice. Everybody likes the jokes about my United picks. Abhishek, you have convinced me to go for Bruno and Buemo. No! Now you're going to blame me if something goes wrong. Let's hope it goes well for us tomorrow. Alright, Abhishek. Team Buemo and Fernandez. Let's see what happens. Let's see who laughs last. Brody says, cheers for the stream, joining you and taking some risks. Good luck, gents. Yep, good luck. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Last chat. Nemanja says, Hassan, thoughts on triple captain Holland? How many points is okay for triple captain in a single game week? First of all, of course, triple captain Holland. Like we learned today that he's going to play against a team that should concede a lot of points, a lot of chances. Hopefully it's not like another Southampton last year when they scored a lot of goals. Holland only scored 1 goal and didn't get any bonus. But yeah, statistically, logically, it's a good choice. If it goes bad, it's not your fault. It's up to Holland to score the goals at the end of the day. But yeah, I think you've done your part. It's a great player, great fixture. Go for it, man. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it. Thank you so much for watching. It's been 2 hours. Thanks for liking. If you haven't liked, please like the stream. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you haven't told your friends, your family, your parents to watch the stream, tell them to watch the stream. But no, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you found it useful or enjoyable, that means a lot to me. And yeah, thanks for the back and forth. See you tomorrow on the deadline stream. Take care. Bye bye.